So there's this new development. If you've been following the whole Amazon union vote thing, you know it's a controversial issue, and that Amazon is just generally, here's the thing, it's like a love-hate relationship we have in this country, where we all use it. My last video was all about it, so I'm not going to cover them again. But we all use it, and yet we know, like, it's killing us, and it's killing the American labor force as we know it. So I think having a union at Amazon would be a very good thing, and if possible, a worker co-op, which is even better, which kind of cuts out the middlemen in a way, so that the unions don't become corrupted the way they did in the 50s and 60s. But recently, Bernie Sanders leads delegation to Alabama to boost Amazon union drive. You know, I voted for Bernie Sanders twice, okay? I know the whole fool me once rule, okay? But I think the second time I did it was for the right reasons, because COVID was in full force. We were at the height of the panic where just hand sanitizer was going for 99 bucks for like a tiny little bottle and shit. And I should have been cashing in on that, I fully admit. But instead, I was duped into voting for this guy for a second time because he had just won the Nevada caucus. And I feared the corruption of the Democrats would get to him, and it eventually did. And look, I don't really blame Bernie for the position he is in. I think he's just a gullible guy in general, and I think he just got to a point where he challenged the system too much, where it's like the feds and the fucking CIA, if you want to get conspiratorial. I would definitely fear for my family if the policies I was pushing for, like Medicare for All, hurt a lot of my friends in high places, you know, hurt them in their wallet, which is the only thing that counts in this country. Nobody cares there's homeless people sleeping under bridges with needles in their arms and tent cities. Nobody fucking cares that there's starving people kept in jail at the border for simply wandering across trying to find water. You know, nobody considers that. It's all about these rich cocksuckers and skyscrapers who've never shook a man's hand in their fucking lives because it has germs. Oh my god. But you know what, man? I'm gonna admit I was duped. Fuck Bernie, and this is why. Now you may be thinking, isn't Bernie going to help the unions a good thing? But keep in mind, this is Alabama, the incest state. This is the state, deep conservative, deep red state. They would never in a million years go for Bernie Sanders. And they're considering joining a fucking union in Amazon. This is how bad Amazon is. I'm not going to go into the horror stories you may have heard. Basically, they're pushing extreme propaganda. We already know that Amazon has violated several labor laws in this country, and they're never going to be punished for it under the current system. Maybe a light fine, maybe a couple fines, slap on the wrist, as usual for corporations. They're people. Oh yeah, we say corporations are people, my friend, as Mitt Romney infamously said. But when it comes to their crimes, we don't treat them like average people in this country. We treat them like special entities. So here's why I think Bernie Sanders is a bad look for the Alabama Union. They don't like socialism. They like Medicare for All. They like, student loan forgiveness. If you give them issue by issue, they're overwhelmingly popular. The problem is, when the establishment, Fox News, MSNBC, they start using the word socialist, which, and I'm going to say the main reason that Bernie Sanders lost, it wasn't just that he capitulated to Joe Biden. It was that he wouldn't stop saying he was a socialist, because he believes it. Look, I don't blame him. I agree with plenty of socialist ideas, but a lot of working class Americans, they don't understand this. They think, commie, bad, oh, Russia, and it's just been 50 years of just, yeah, you hate that Russian. Yeah, you hate these communists. Yeah, oh my God, bro. You fucking see Assad, what he's doing to his own people? Oh my God, bro. It's like America has to step in and intervene. It's like, this is the game they play. But look, if you're coming from that mindset, and I'm not even degrading Alabamians, but it's a tight race as it is. The people on the ground in the Amazon factory in Alabama are literally saying it's going to be a close vote. And look, I hope they get it. If they don't win, it's not the end of the world. I'm fully confident that the union movement, the new labor movement in this country is going to continue. A general strike, I do believe, is the only way that we, take back what's ours. I just want the workers to be able to own their labor. And I do think that is extremely important. I think any average worker would agree with that sentiment. Bernie is essentially, I think he's being used as a pawn to delay that, to stall that. Because think about it, when you compare what Bernie Sanders and AOC and all these leftist, supposed progressive Democrats have said, that we're going to push for Medicare for all, we're going to push for... But what have they done in the 2 years, 2 whole fucking years, during a pandemic? During a pandemic. They won't even get you that $15 minimum wage that Joe Biden promised, are they? So they're using your hatred of the Democrats, politicians, progressive Democrats. Obama, remember, Obama is the one who busted the NBA union. He's the one who stepped in the NBA's like, hey man, we're gonna pay you more money, whatever. But like, don't be on this gay commie shit. So he hates Bernie Sanders. He literally helped configure the events that led Bernie Sanders to drop out of the race. I'm convinced it wasn't just him, it was his guys, whatever. Just as a Machiavellian move, the thing to do would be to use Bernie Sanders as a pawn to say, hey, you hate this guy, he's a fucking socialist grifter. You put him in the heart of the Deep South, which is very anti-union traditionally, and you stall that wakefulness that the people there are experiencing because of Amazon. You use fear to stall the progress that is inevitable. Look, I'm not bothered by it, but it just pisses me off to see the guy that I once looked up to, the guy that I voted for twice. The reason I voted for him the second time was because I actually believed in that lesser of two evils shit. I voted for Bernie Sanders in 2020 for the same reason that people wanted me to vote for Biden. But I wouldn't vote for Biden. So I said, okay, here's my compromise. I'm going to vote for Bernie. If he fucking loses, which he probably will, this was in fucking March, then that's it. I'm done with politics forever. Because I believe in what he says. I believe in his policies, but we're at the point where it seems like he doesn't believe it. So Obama or Joe Biden or whoever just gives him this little fucking pet project. Oh yeah, go over to Amazon, bro. Yeah. We'll go take care of that. Forget about the fuck that people are dying from lack of health insurance, Bernie. What will $1,400 to your family mean for you? I'm Bernie Sanders. Fucking worship me. I'm a fucking sheepdog candidate of the century. Full of shit. Fuck Bernie Sanders. Fuck AOC. Originally, I was going to do a video called Fuck AOC, but I don't want to get the feminists all riled up, so I'm going after the guy who started it all, the grandfather of the progressives. Fuck Bernie Sanders. He's the fucking patriarchy. Fuck this cocksucker. And you know what? He's not as bad as Joe Biden. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's as bad as Biden or Trump. I genuinely think that he's a good person. I really do. I think Bernie Sanders means well, but he's so fucking stupid that he doesn't understand how he's being manipulated. That is his ultimate downfall. And you know what? I'm over it. I'm over it, and I'm sorry, progressives, if I'm upsetting you with this video, but I know this medicine is hard to swallow. You gotta let go of these progressive heroes that you once had. You have to let go, man. It's the same the fucking Q-tards have to let go of Trump. It's all fucking government worship. You have to stop that. You have to join forces for freedom. Get some fucking firearms in your life. You know, legalize drugs. Push for policies that you actually care about, that would actually affect your life. And if you're still not convinced by my argument, name me one thing that Bernie Sanders and AOC and the squad have done to directly improve your life over these past 4 years. Name one policy. Name one thing that they've even pushed for. It doesn't have to be passed, but one bill that they actually said, we are not going to compromise on this. I don't care what Joe Manchin says. I don't care what the Republicans say. But no, there's not one piece of legislation because all they do is tweet. They're a fucking joke. And it's time that this country wake up. I'm Jake Jones. I hope you enjoyed this rant. Take care.